an advisor you meet with, they should have the knowledge. If they're putting themselves out there, they should know enough about something. So that's part of it. But do they have knowledge in the area you're specifically looking for? Is it a person that you even connect with? Do you like them? Is that someone that you would be comfortable with meeting with every year and sharing your personal details about your life? Because let's face it, financial side of our life is one of the most personal things we have that we have to share with someone.
It is.
I love a good survey, and a new one from Talker says that the average American falls asleep at 11:18 at night, but the wind down starts about an hour earlier. Most are allegedly in bed by about 10:36 and say it then takes about 40 minutes to actually drift off to sleep. But here's the thing that's going to cause possibly some controversy on this show. We'll see. They say that if you share the bed, it could take even longer.
Greg is the exact extreme opposite. He falls asleep within seconds. I mean, literally, he's snoring within seconds. And then he said he wakes up several times, says he wasn't sleeping, but he clearly was sleeping.
Why did men want to deny that they were sleeping?
Oh my goodness.
So sometimes if we have the privilege of laying down in the bed at the same time, which, you know, if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, you know our issues with Jaden, and I have to tuck him in, and there's all kinds of rigmarole with that whole process. Very seldom do I get to go to bed at a normal time.
Right.
And so if we do go to bed at the same time, I am trying my best to fall asleep before the snoring starts commencing.
Poor Greg.
That was redundant before it starts. So, yeah.
So last week
his snoring is bad. I think he has sleep apnea. I'm not, which is not funny. Checked. Yeah, he stops breathing for a few seconds sometimes.
So last week, Chris and I were watching this movie with Adam Sandler called Blended.
Yes.
And it is so stinking funny. It's a hilarious movie. Anything
it's from like 10 years ago. We never
watched it, and we pulled it up. And so then Chris was like, okay, I'm going to go tuck Jaden in. So I call up. I say, hey, buddy, get your teeth brushed. Get ready to go. Mom's going to tuck you in. And, you know, it's getting close to the end of the summer break.
It was like 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, it was like 11 o'clock. And he's like, no. I'm like, yes. And he's like, can Bubba tuck me in?
That's Cameron. Cameron's Bubba.
And because Cameron's playing his game, Jaden was playing his game. And Kristen's like, yes.
I don't want to do it. So who knows what time they went to bed that night? Well, it could have been 1, it could have been 2, who knows?
Yes, you know, school year's coming soon, and then you got to get to bed at an early hour. So we were not necessarily the most responsible parents at that moment. But hey, you know, so they got to stay up. He went over on that one, and I do fall asleep quicker than her. I will admit. I will not admit to snoring. I've never heard myself snore.
I still love you, though.
I've never heard myself snore.
But this is why a lot of people don't sleep in the same room as they age in their marriage. This is why, because it is very difficult to sleep with snoring.
And this is why Kristen Charles is not hurt by being single, because, again, the whole bed. No snoring. I just have a kitty cat in the way.
In other ways. You're cute, so I'll deal with it.
Except for we've got to get that not breathing thing checked out, girl, if he's doing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has sleep apnea. Which
let's video that.
He's not going to sleep with a machine, though. I know that's not going to happen.
Well, okay.
I think that's the way to fix it. I'm sure we'll get calls about this. So
seriously, it's a big deal
out there. Let us know.
Yeah, my dad's doing a sleep test coming up here in the next couple months. Greg, get on the list. But anyway, I'm not going to bug you. You got enough people bugging you.
Here we go.
Speaking of my dad, he's always forever. He does this thing where you can track your mail before it hits your mailbox. So he knows what he's going. Y'all do it too?
I do. Greg doesn't. I do it.
So dorky.
I know. Why is that? Why do we do things like this to ourselves?
I don't know. It annoys me because my dad's like, oh, in the mailbox there. And I'm like, well, what happened to the joy of getting to the mailbox and see what was going to be in there? But anyway.
Yeah, it's like being mad because next week it might rain.
Right.
Check the weather so far out that you're already mad because...
I mean, there's not typically anything in the mail that makes you mad.
No.
But...
I mean, bills, sort of, kind of, not really. You don't want to pay those.
You got to pay them.
I just don't think the mail service is very reliable. So, like, you might see something on that tracking list and it doesn't come for a whole week. Or it doesn't come at all. So that's why I track it.
We had a form that was being sent back to us last November, and it came this past Monday.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously we had to
It was stuck in a machine somewhere is probably what happened.
It came all crumpled and ripped and retaped. And so they finally found it behind a machine somewhere and sent it to us.
Like, well, at least you got it.
Yeah, we got it like 8 months later.
Well, Dad sent me to the mailbox the other day, and this struck my attention. I blocked everything out for our video podcast so people can't see my parents' home address like they care. But anyway, you'll see this nice like steak on there and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's a personal invitation to a complimentary dinner event, 2 VIP passes. Don't be jealous.
VIP.
But it states that what the whole point is they're going to help people better understand some often overlooked healthcare costs and mitigate unexpected expenses. Things we talk about here on the radio show.
I was going to say, so they're doing a radio show in person.
Not really.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
I think what they're looking for there is vulnerable, impressionable people.
Okay.
So, in other words, there's 2 types of people that go to those. Those who just really want the free steak.
Like, honestly, who's mad at a free steak?
I mean, yeah, they're not really interested in the information. They just realize they have to, if they want to, get the steak, they have to, listen to somebody for an hour. Or those who are truly looking for information. The problem is,
you're in person. So what I meant is you're in person. So if I'm at a meeting like this, then I'm going to feel more obligated to schedule and buy something from you because you're giving me something free.
Well, that's that reciprocity principle and that's one of the reasons but there really isn't anything free. Even our show, which we don't charge anybody to listen to our show, but they've got to spend an hour if they want to hear the show. I mean, they're spending some time. Yeah. Just like if they call in and schedule an appointment, for a portfolio x-ray, or they want to, test their taxes out, or they want to find out, whether or not, they're set up right for retirement or any of those things. They have to invest an hour or 2 of their time to find those things out. So,
but the difference is on radio, we're not staring you down, making you feel like you have to come in while you're eating your steak. Yeah.
And the problem is, one of our clients just called me last week, and they went to one of those dinner events, and it happened to be an attorney group. And, they tried to scare the daylights out of them about Medicaid and long-term care spend down and all that. And so they went in and they got this trust done, and they were given some advice about some of their finances, which wasn't really good advice. And we were, thankfully they came in right after they did it, and we talked about it, and they were able to undo it because it wasn't good advice. And then what they found out, with this group was, okay, they've had 2 attorneys that have come and gone already because it's just kind of like a revolving door. There's really not any continuity there. And so they went to a dinner, they got something free, but then, they've been paying for it ever since.
How?
So, because with bad advice. And not everyone you go to, you get bad advice, but you have to be careful. You have to go into it thinking, okay, what am I actually learning here? Is this actually information that I can use, or is it all
cliffhangers
is it all pointing to me doing business with this group?
Well, let's be real. This is marketing for a reason. They want you to come do business with them.
Exactly. And I know there's some good people that do this, and there's some people that maybe aren't.
We have a lot of friends in the business that do seminars.
Yes.
Well, but here's the thing, Greg. Here's what because I've gotten this question over the years from a lot of single women. Conversations I've had with people who've called in from our show or from radio or from TV, and they a lot of times, I mean, in not so many words, they say, "Well, how do I know who to go to?" And so I don't think there's anything wrong with going to these seminars with the understanding. So it's kind of like, you remember when we used to go when we didn't have a lot of money and we were wanting to get freebies at those vacation club things.
Oh, the timeshare
yes. You go listen to the timeshare presentation.
We were those people. We would go to get the
my
free.
parents did that when they were first married too. Yeah.
But never bought.
But Greg was very disciplined in his approach. Like, he was actually genuinely interested in information about how they worked.
Mm-hmm.
However, he knew he would not make a decision on the spot because that's not how he works. He wants to get the information, test it out. That's the whole reason why we're staying there, and then decide. In which case, a lot of times we would send it to our real estate attorney and have them look at it. They'd say, no, it's not a good deal. Right?
Yep.
We did that twice.
Yes.
And so we got with Disney, and everybody knows we love Disney. And so we did it. But we went to 3 or 4 of them before we made a decision to go with Disney because we knew we'd go to Florida every year. That was a given, but we weren't quite sure how we wanted to approach it. And so I think with retirement, it should be the same way. And sorry, I'm taking up maybe what you were going to say here, Greg, but it's okay to check these things out for educational purposes, but don't make a decision on the spot. We don't encourage people who come into our office, families who come in, we don't encourage them to make a decision to work with us on the spot.
Absolutely not.
If someone's doing that, run. It's okay to make a decision to make an appointment to meet with the people you're listening to. But at the end of the day, if you don't feel like you were truly educated on the questions you had, but you were more being sold something,
yes,
then that's probably not a good fit. Because I say it all the time. An advisor you meet with, they should have the knowledge. If they're putting themselves out there, they should know enough about something. So that's part of it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of it is, do they have knowledge in the area you're specifically looking for? Is it a person that you even connect with? Do you like them? Is that someone that you would be comfortable with meeting with every year and sharing your personal details about your life? Because let's face it, financial side of our life is one of the most personal things we have that we have to share with someone.
It is.
And so that comfort level is very, very important in the relationship. And so it's not just about, can they present the information? Well, a lot of people can present things. That doesn't mean they're an expert until you start really digging in and seeing if they actually have the knowledge base for what you're looking for.
Right. And be careful when everything points to one solution all the time. Because it's never a one size fits all. You need to have expertise across different platforms. Now, we're not attorneys, but we believe we have the finest elder law attorney and estate planning people that there are here in the city of Columbus, and we trust and believe in them. We believe that we have a great group that helps manage the portfolios so that people get quality portfolio management. We believe that we have great solutions for income and for tax strategies. Okay. So all those things come down to, what does someone actually need, and do these solutions fit? Because the number one principle that we share with everybody is, you should make no investment decisions outside the context of your plan. So if you don't see how this decision fits within a plan, don't do it.